you doing? What's up, Duncan, Texas, checking in. I see you out there. I see everybody. Pull up on your boys. Joe Lockett in the building, baby. Let's go. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show. The future is ours. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? What's going on, y'all? It is raining in Birmingham, Alabama. When I say it's coming down like cats and dogs out there, I don't know where that came from. I don't even know why they made up the phrase, but it's raining, man. It is raining, it's pouring down, and the traffic jams out there. If you're in Birmingham, Alabama, hey, slow down, y'all. Slow it down out there because that rain is coming down, and for whatever reason, we tend not to pay attention as much. And let me say this, y'all. Stay off your cell phones, okay? Put your cell phones down. Keep your eyes on the road because people are trying to get over to the fastest lane. And your reaction time, even though you're a great driver, and I know you got this, your reaction time is going to be a little bit shorter when somebody dodging over and when it's raining. You know what I mean? Because their instincts are going to be a little bit more knee-jerky than usual. So y'all slow down out there. Make sure everybody gets home safely. Okay, once you slow down and put that phone down, do this for me. We're going to say slow down, put your phone down, okay? How about that? Slow down, put your phone down so everybody can get home safely. And that's from your boy Joe Lockett, America's favorite side dude, safe space for women. All right, so we got a great show lined up for you. What's going on, nephew?
Yeah, what's up? What's good?
What's up, Kentucky? I see you out there, baby. How you doing? We got Tams in the building. We got a lot of folks coming already in, man. I got to tell y'all, yesterday's show and the show before yesterday, man, we broke new records on the show, especially on TikTok. We had over 4,000, I think it was 3,000 people watching the show on today is Thursday, so that was Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And yesterday we had over 4,000 people watching the show. So thank you guys so much for everything you're doing out there. Social media on Instagram, Instagram is slowly growing. We wasn't getting anybody, but now we're getting anywhere from 40 to 50 people watching our show on Instagram. On Facebook, we're getting anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people watching our show. So thank you guys so much. It's not an easy task. And I tell people this. It's not easy to build these shows when you're live on your and streaming at the same time. This is brand new technology and we're learning to work with it. And I'm doing it all myself with a great team in here. So I thank my team, this Crawford Broadcasting where we are right now. I've been working really hard to build this show. So thank you guys so much. And guys, if you guys are locking in wherever you're listening to right now, we're locked in right here, 92.5 WYDE right here in Birmingham, Alabama, coming to you worldwide. And today's topic, I got to talk about, because people say I've been going off on women lately, right? And I really haven't. I just been trying to, and I want to say this, I am not trying to badmouth women. The thing that I said, and this is what I have a problem with, when you're trying to give women advice about men, they think that you're picking on them or you're calling them out on something. But I'm going to say this when you're talking about relationships. You can't get better if you keep doing the same thing over and over again in a relationship, right?
You got a point.
You know what I'm saying? You keep picking the same person. So if you're not listening to somebody saying, this is maybe what you're doing, I'm a man, I'm telling you what I'm thinking. But I look at the comments, right? That people put on my social media platforms and I post the videos out there daily. When I see these comments, people saying that I'm backtracking, I'm back talking, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so whatever I say doesn't make sense, but let me say this. Are you in a successful relationship?
That's kind of shady. But I'm a little long.
But I'm just saying, though. No, because if you listen closely to what I'm saying, I am not denigrating or badgering women.
You're right.
I'm telling women what I'm feeling as a man that's over 53, what I'm looking for, right? So when I'm explaining to you from a man perspective of what y'all say y'all want to know about, you explain it from a 24-year-old perspective, right? And we were explaining this, you're critiquing that. So if you don't want our truth, well, you're going to get what you get. And sometimes it's comfortable for people, or some women, to blame the man because, you don't want to take in accountability for your own actions. And again, I'm not saying anything bad, but if I keep doing the same thing and choosing the same kind of women, what kind of results that I think I'm going to get in the end? I have a type. I have to change that. I have evolved. That's why you guys hear me talking about I'm not in a hurry to get back into a relationship now.
But I I always tell you this. Everything you say, somebody's not gonna like it.
Right.
Everything you say, and especially with social media, they're gonna feel the need to have to make a comment about something they don't even fully process themselves. They just don't like how it sounds. You sound like you bashing women. You sound like you being mean towards specifically women.
I love women. And the last thing I would want to do is bash them. The thing I want to do is try to help women understand that, yes, men, we are a huge problem in your life. But the thing that I've been stressing this week is, ladies, you allow us to be. You truly allow a man to be the problem in your life. So let me just say this. If you out on a date, right? If you're going out and you're trying to meet somebody right now, nephew, right? What are some of the things for you when you're going out? What are you looking for in a woman? Yourself. What are you looking for at 24 years old?
Down to earth, approachable, cute. Down to earth, approachable, and cute.
Okay.
I think those are the main three.
And
the rest of the stuff, I feel like you can.
And cute is in the eye of the beholder, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that for everybody. So pretty much what you're saying, that's what everybody thinks, right?
Yeah, sure.
But let me say this to everybody, and this is where this conversation today on a Drama Thursday, you're probably gonna respect what I'm saying, but you got to think about what I'm saying at the same time. Where is God in the part when we're talking about relationships?
What?
Where is God?
I think about that.
No, but where is God though? Because think about now, when you're praying, right? If you're asking for somebody, if you're asking God for a great mate, where are you putting God in this? Where are you solidifying that God's going to find you the right man? Are you looking for the right person, or are you letting God bring you the right person?
That's what you do when you saying you manifesting, Joe.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, what did you just say for you looking for in a woman?
Down to earth, approachable, cute.
Where's God in that?
Neither one of those.
but see, all I'm saying is, think about what I'm saying, though, right?
So I need her to be a God-fearing woman too?
No. I'm not saying that you need her to be a God-fearing woman, but I think that, like, when I had to think about, Joe, why are you really single? I have not even put that in my top 3 to be in a relationship, right? I have not, on my list that I have at home, on my mirror in my bathroom, it does not have a wife. So me and God haven't had that talk about having a wife or even having a girlfriend. So that is why right now I'm single. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, have you even asked God for the right mate? Have you even put yourself in the right place to be able to find that right mate spiritually?
I definitely didn't.
And that's,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I definitely didn't. I currently don't. Right now in my plans, it's not really to entertain anybody seriously anyway. And then, I don't know, I guess that's probably not the first thing most folks think about when they're dealing with other people.
Right. But why do they fail? Because the first thing when you get in trouble, when something happens in your life, what's the first thing that you do? Or somebody gets sick, somebody close to you are having a problem, somebody close to you become ill, first thing you do is what?
Pray for them?
Yeah. So why aren't you praying for yourself? Why aren't you praying for God to bring you that right mate? Why aren't you? I mean, I'm just honestly, if we as Christian nation, as we say we are, me included.
We're not, that's cap.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but I'm included. I always say hashtag God's still working on me. I have to think about, why don't you have certain things in your life? And why are certain things going the way they're going in your life? Are your relationships bad because of that person? Or is the relationship bad because of you? Where are you fitting in spiritually in that relationship? Did you get into a relationship with a guy or a woman that is not about that life about God?
I got a question.
Sure, go ahead.
There's a lot of folks that do pray for relationships to go a certain type of way, or relationships for their better match. There's a lot of folks that pray about it.
Right.
I mean, we probably don't, but it's a lot of folks that do.
Right.
I mean, I don't know them per se, but I would say they still have the same type of ratio as the folks that don't. Do
you know that for
but
sure,
then, like I said, I don't know per se.
Right.
That's why I'm saying, I'm just saying outside looking in.
Right. So I think, and I'm just speaking, like I said, this is a week I'm just trying to help folks. When we're trying to talk about relationships and we're trying to find our way through this thing in life, is it really the other person's fault? Is it all about the man lying? Or are we lying to ourselves? Are we lying to ourselves about what we actually want? And because I've talked about this, if you put the wrong bait on the hook, you're not going to catch a certain fish. Or if you're not the right bait, you're not going to be able to catch a certain fish.
That's true. Shout out to the fishermen.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, are you in position? Are you in alignment? Not just physicality wise, but mental and spiritual. Are you in line with God to be able to find the right man that you're looking for? Because if you're looking for a man that's 6'2", okay, that got up a great bank account, right? I don't hear a lot of women. Some women say God-fearing men, but very few women say that's led by God or got his spiritual intact.
Because they not caring about that. I'm telling you, man, if you want a 6-foot man and you want him to have all the money or whatever, your last thought is for him to be going to church too.
Again, he don't have to go to church.
Or you add it in after you listed off everything else you want him to have. So not only do he have to have the money, he got to have Superman body. He gotta have all the kids, but still be working while taking care of the kids. Then you be like, man, he a God-fearing man, and he go to church every Sunday and Wednesday night.
All right, so we're about to get ready to go to break. When I come back, y'all, I want to talk about that, but also I want to put something else on the table. Would you date a man that has two babies by two different baby mamas?
Right after.
Okay, and hold on. And fellas, would you date a woman that has two kids by two different baby daddies? This is the Joe Lockett Show. Y'all hang tight. Y'all Christians, I want to hear from y'all. See you guys where? On the other side.
Love that neighbor.
Not sure about that one.
How you go there right after we talk about
it? Still like a show. All mine grown. Okay.
N-O-E.
How old are the kids? So does it matter? Huh?
Nothing. Man, hold on. I'm about to fuss at somebody.
So does it matter about why does it matter if the kids are taken care of? I'm asking y'all. I'm not saying I'm not telling y'all. What's up? What's up, Jabbo?
Chow down on world-class chicken wings, juicy fresh fried fish, and delicious rich ice cream scoops. Come by and see us at the Outlet Show.
Hey, Jabbo, you have to call in to the show, bro. Hey, call in, bro. 866-245-5480. I can't bring you in here because the radio people can't hear you. Okay, so 20, 25, 30. Okay, so you're basically saying if the kids are at home. Okay, if they're not home, you want to be with them. Okay, that's fine.
Why did he call me? Mess up the whole stream.
Your life can change.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, V? I see ya. What's that? Yolanda, I see you out there. What's up, Shamel, baby? How you doing? Yeah, if you guys want to call into the show, give us a call at 866-245-5480. That is 866-245-5480.
As a defense attorney, he knows that the justice system can be harsh, unforgiving, and downright.
Hey, Shanti, how you doing? I see you. Ooh, Shanti.
He'll investigate every
all right, y'all, 866-245-5480. Give us a call. Would you date a man, okay, that has two kids by two different baby mamas? And fellas, would you date a woman that has two kids, right, by two different baby daddies? That's what I want to talk about today. 866-245-5480. Some women are saying if the kids are taken care of, yes. How old are they? Let's say they are 10 and 16. We're going to throw an age out there. They're 10 and 16 years old. How about that? Two kids with two different baby mamas. Would you date a guy?
What's up? What you mean?
A pen. Where's the pens at? No. Okay, so you're saying no. Okay. I date him. That doesn't determine his entire character. Sometimes life happens. Okay. 866-245-5480. I would if there was no drama with the mothers. Okay. All right. We're going to talk about this today because y'all know this is a huge problem in relationships, right? This can be, unfortunately, a red flag on either side, right? At the same time, I'm not dating. But if you was, though, dating, you know what I'm saying? What if you was, though? At some point, you may jump back in the game. All right, y'all. It is the Joe Lockett Show. How y'all doing? WYDE 92.5. How y'all doing on a Thursday rainy evening right here in Birmingham, Alabama, where we coming from? But worldwide, we love y'all. How y'all doing out there? I put it out there before. Y'all need to put God in your life. Some of y'all need Jesus. I said that. But I want to get something a little bit more dramatized on a Thursday evening with my lovely family audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I put out before we went to break a little teaser. Would you, could you, should you date a man or a woman that has two kids by two different men or women, by two different baby mamas or two different baby daddies? And somebody said put the ages, so I'm gonna make it difficult for you. I'm gonna say one is 10 and one is 16. Okay? Would you date a man if he got two kids already? Okay? By two different baby mamas. Fellas, would you date a woman that got two kids already by two different baby daddies? And the ages are 10 to 16. 866-245-5480. I have done that. I didn't. I have three. It depends on the situation, of course. I'm no longer staying home, but traveling and visiting on my own. And yes, I'll visit him. All right, so I see some women saying yes, they would. Some people are really keyed in on what the ages of the kids are. So I'm going to start with, if a lady can call in, give me a call in the show, y'all. 866-245-5480, because I don't want to answer for the ladies. I had talked to a couple of friends of mine. They told me their answers, but if a lady wants to answer this live on radio, give me a call, 866-245-5480. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because what I have learned, women are harsher on men that have kids than women. Women judge men that have kids by two different women way harsher than a man judges a woman with two kids with two different baby daddies. Because for some reason, and tell me if I'm wrong, women say life happens and they expect you to understand their situation. When a woman sees a man that have two kids, right? Especially if he has his two kids, a lot of the time, a lot of women don't want to deal with that dude because that's not their child. So some women have told me this is a turnoff for them. But women expect, and because let's just be honest, 9 times out of 10, who has the kid? The mama. So men have to put up with this a whole lot more than women have to on any planet at this point in time.
Wait, but that wouldn't be desirable if you're seeing a dude taking care of kids?
Well, some women don't want to be dealing with people's kids because women have to deal with what men have to deal with. Oh. If them kids ain't listening to you, right? And I've seen this happen, ladies, where the father favored the kids. Women come in to say, and I'm not saying all women do this, but a lot of the situations I've seen where women come in and say, you're choosing the kids over me. And the man says yes, and the woman feels some kind of way. I can't win because of the kids. But isn't that the way the dude feel when the mama choose her kids over him? And women will say, well, that's what she's supposed to do because she's the mama.
Yeah, she's the mama.
But why is it that a lot of women, I'm not saying this is not a small percentage, y'all, because most of the women that I know, right? And I talked about this a few times, but a lot of women don't want to deal with no man kids. They'll make my kids. So let me ask you, nephew, would you date a woman that got two kids by two different baby daddies?
Woo.
866-245-5480.
I'm gonna be no. If I'm answering for me personally, nah. I find it hard for me to deal with many women that have kids anyway.
Okay.
Be honest, I'm not a kids person. I'm one of those that say bump them kids. Not like that, but I don't mesh well with little kids. So. Okay, so
I have someone on social media saying it depends. I would have to be unselfish because his priority is his kids.
To them kids.
And I don't have, any. Okay. And I love that you said it, but how long are you going to be patient with that? Because if they're 10 and 16 and he's taking their side over you because those are his kids, right? This is what happens. Y'all, ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about now. A man, especially if he got a daughter, and she's sassy, blah blah blah, and she's not. But you know, bro.
Yeah.
When that daughter is sassy to that lady, to that girlfriend or potential wife, some women have very little patience. I'm not putting up with that. That ain't my child, and she ain't gonna do. But the dad is trying to, balance the two.
Yeah, I've
known women to walk away from relationships because of that.
But I'm gonna be honest, nowadays, it's a lot of little boys do that with their mamas.
Yeah.
It's a lot of little boys do that with their mamas, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't got the patience. I ain't even working on that type of patience yet. So I wouldn't, for me personally, for both of us.
Okay.
I like you from a distance. Okay. All right, you got kids. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up right now. Okay. You got a bigger priority.
Okay, so what do we say now to the women that have these kids, right?
I don't want
to, but I know you don't want to fool with them. Okay. But now they're starting to saying it's a man problem. You know where I'm going with this?
That's a man. Oh yeah, I know.
You know where I'm going with this, right? No, because like I said, I'm going somewhere with this because a lot of women, right, have kids,
and a lot of women who have kids, if they were to hear my point, they'd be like, "Oh, you scared to be a man?"
Yes.
Oh, you scared to take care of kids?
Yes.
No, I just don't like. I first off, I don't like them enough to be around them, and two, with other people's kids, there is a certain level of patience and tact that you must have.
Kiko is saying exactly what I'm talking about. A father wanted me to discipline his non-biological daughter, but he wouldn't do it. That's what I'm talking about.
That's wild.
But it's wild, but that's what I'm talking about, right? But these are the things that I'm talking about, right? When it comes into these situations and it comes to these kids, the standards that a man is held to with a woman with kids and the standards that a woman holds herself to with a man with kids is different.
Not gonna lie, that's wild.
That's different. That's very different. And that's why I'm asking you, would you? Because a lot of times, sometimes you find yourself in a relationship, right? Because we say what we won't do, but sometimes you want to give it a shot. And you find yourself in that.
If I find the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I feel like she the one that she check up most of them boxes, I might try to entertain the fact that she has a kid or maybe one or two. Maybe. I'm not gonna say it's a total no. But I might entertain it.
You see, for me, I would say this. I would prefer a woman with no kids, but if I'm dating a woman that has kids, it's okay for me if they're teenagers, if they're on their way out. I can do that. If they're in like the 10th, 11th, 12th grade, if I like her a lot, I can deal with a teenager kid, right? Mm-hmm. I can deal with that. But if you have small kids,
no.
Like I said, I don't really want to deal. I'm going to say probably about 15, 16. I'm okay with the 15, 16-year-old.
Because they're not worried about you.
Because exactly. Because their life is already set. Plus, where they are right now, they're going to be doing their own things because they're teenagers, right? And so I still get a chance to probably get to know them and go to some of their functions if we get that far, do some things with them, but I still get a chance to spend some time with mom, you see what I'm saying? And she gets some chance to spend time with me. And we still can do some traveling things together. And sometimes the kids can probably, while me and her doing some stuff, if we're not doing it with the kids, they can do it with their father. So I'm okay to date a woman with kids that are teenage, in teenage range. But I would not date a woman, right, that has kids that's below, I want to say 15 years old. That's unattractive to me. I don't care what it is. I don't want that because I know what I want to do, and that's going to conflict with what I want to do in my life. That's going to change my trajectory. Her trajectory where she is, she made that. That wasn't my decision. You know what I'm saying? So there may be another guy who wants to deal with that, but I'm not the guy that wants to deal with that at this time in my life.
I am completely with you. Yeah. I can deal with the little teenagers, but that's because they not worried about me no way. And I know when I was down, my mom was dating, I was not worried about who she was dating with.
Okay, so someone said I wouldn't put a man in a situation where he has to choose. He shouldn't interact with each other kids until it's exclusive relationship. Yeah, if you got kids, women and fellas, you're not putting me in a situation. The situation is there.
Yeah, you are.
Regardless of whether I meet your kids or not.
You the situation.
You know what I'm saying? If you got two kids, that's the situation. Whether I meet your kids or not, at some point, if we make it, I got to determine, because you have two kids, do I want to be with you? Meeting your kids is far from the pale for me.
Yeah, we can't talk like this is two separate things.
Now, for me, I won't do that. Someone says, but on TikTok says, but you do have men that don't understand that you have support in the extracurricular activity that you that you have to support in the extracurricular activities. But again, does the man have to really support in that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's
I mean,
part of the package now.
That's what you want that man to do.
But he doesn't
have to.
That's hold on, what we were talking about the other day, that is husband duty.
Yes, those are what I'm saying.
Don't confuse that with boyfriend duties.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? If I'm dating you, right, I don't have to go to your child extracurricular activity. I don't have to go to a baseball game. You know what I'm saying? That's what. See, this is what I'm saying. What a boyfriend. We talk about what a boyfriend does, what a husband does. It looks good if I go with you, but I'm not your husband. So why am I going to spend time with your kids? Now, a lot of men do that. A lot of women do that. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but this is where you need to have conversations about what are we doing here.
Yeah, where are we going?
Because a lot of guys, and I know some dudes, right? And we can really go to break here, y'all. Men do this. They cling to y'all kids, right? To get the mama on board, but have no intention of being a stepdaddy to your kids.
Facts.
866-245-5480. We're going on the cliffhanger. I want to leave y'all with that. Think about what I said, y'all. Some men and ladies, y'all fall for the they'll cling to your kids to get to the mama, but have no intention of being a stepdaddy to your kids. This is the Joe Lockett Show. We got to go to cliffhangers to get that tea. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Well, I'm finna beat him up when I get home. Oh.
That's...
Alrighty, guys. You know what it is.
Okay, I hear you keep
on
going.
This very stormy, thundery Thursday. Stormy, thunder Thursday. I like that.
Right.
Hanging cliffside with your boy. Now, I do want to remind you guys, we are still listening to the Joe Lockett Show. You're just hitting the cliffhanger part of the segment. But hit us up on the other side as we get into more of this messy topic on this Thursday. All right. So on Stormy Thursdays, this is what we got going on here.
What's the tea, baby?
We got a few shenanigans and then we got some updates. So first off, with the updates, Single Messy Summer Part 3. All right, we've been keeping those Summer Walker and
I'm a little sick of her, but
her new single. Oh yeah, she back into the singles now.
Okay,
this is great for R&B music because the worse off you in your relationship, the better the music. Okay,
that is true.
Okay,
that is true.
The fact that she's going through somebody being real shady, lying that he bringing groceries up to the house for his cousin that looks nowhere near related to him. And she got the yams, but I'll be helping her with groceries too. All right, but the fact that you got this public cheating going on that's getting lied about inconspicuously, and everybody dropping Instagram memes and faces and stuff, yo, music finna be fire. All right, so I'm looking forward to her album. Whenever she gonna get ready to drop it, she been out here, she been seen skating, being outside. She had a little fit on, something that would make Keke Palmer boyfriend cringe. Okay, so you can only imagine. You can only imagine what her ex-man feeling right now.
All right.
You messed up, boy. Anyway, speaking of some more updates. Jonathan Majors.
Okay, he back in the news.
Jonathan Major back in the news with him and Megan Good. Apparently, the trial has just got pushed back again for September the 6th. Mm-hmm. So now the trial got pushed back again. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with folks, bro. This is how it goes in most of these celebrity cases. They're going to push this back as much as possible in order to get as much money ringed out as possible.
Right.
Okay? They're going to make this dude try to settle. I'm just going to say, hey, sorry to give you the cliffhanger.
Right.
But they're going to make this dude settle. So they're going to drag this out as long as possible, get as much money out of him. But I'm going to be honest, looking good.
Okay.
He's looking good. Okay? And he can't look bad walking in with Miss Megan Good. Okay? Mm-hmm. She going to make sure you look good. Mm-hmm. She Megan Good. Okay? Right. So shout out to Megan.
All right, Megan.
Also, shouts out to Ice Spice. Apparently, she was named Billboard's Rookie of the Year for hip hop and R&B. Okay. So, shout out to you, Ice Spice. I'm gonna be honest with you, you ain't have nobody else to give it to. So, you know what I mean. Dry clap here, bro.
I got you. All right.
But hey, shouts out to you, Ice Spice. You got Rookie of the Year. Social media is also reacting to, and this is very funny. Mm-hmm. Did you see this 100-meter dash track and field thing with the women? I guess somebody from Somalia I think that's how I said it.
Somalia.
Alrighty, either way, she was competing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. She ain't look fat. They was getting really bad on her up in the comments, and y'all need to be ashamed of yourself. But she ain't look fat. But she did look like a regular person, a regular old Joe, getting out there and hitting. Yeah, like you built different from everybody else. You gotta chill out, lady. And she got burnt out. Okay, she ain't even finished the race.
Okay, at least she tried.
At least she tried, right?
She tried.
I mean, she probably had to fill in for somebody.
No, but she tried. I give up people, man. People don't know how much courage it is to go there and just enter a race.
Yeah, so I give her my own personal shouts out.
For sure.
Okay, they do take a lot.
Booyaka.
Next up, Taco Bell. Taco Bell can't get out the news because they was getting sued for Taco Tuesday not too long ago.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Now they getting sued for $5 million for false advertisement and allegedly skimping on the meal. Okay.
Well, everybody needs to be filed.
Oh yeah, McDonald's. You need to. Hey man,
every restaurant. Everybody. If you're talking about skipping on the meal, every restaurant need to be sued for that.
Man, you know how many times I ordered a medium fry, you gave me small. Man, I had to just eat that.
Listen.
Man, speaking of other stuff to eat, this is the last part for the day. And this is the biggest foolishness that I got reported to. And I tried to skip it.
Okay.
But Carly Russell. We're not talking about her per se. She's just tied into it. Because do you remember Carly Russell used to date a guy, her ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned him briefly because he was one of the few saying, hey, I'm glad that she's found.
Right.
Before we figured out it was a lie.
Right.
All right. So now that everybody got juicy smooth yet or whatever, I guess her ex-boyfriend wanted to capitalize on this event at some type of club. And why it is that he's being the focal point for your club, for people to come in, how you advertise the bartender because she's a celebrity bartender, or she just one of them bad Instagram models and influencers. That's how he got treated.
Okay. And if people paid to go see that's why I told you, bro, straight pimping for me.
Well, apparently his attorney said, yo, you need to sit down somewhere. Chill out.
I would say so. Yeah, but anyway, he got paid a fee.
I don't know what's going on, bro. Who asked for that? And is your club struggling that bad to get people that you needed to get Carly?
No, the question is, no, you're asking the wrong question. Did it work?
No, it didn't. It didn't because he wasn't able to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had to stop it.
Okay.
He had to kill it out because everybody was reacting to the post and they was like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
Carly, we don't even know him.
Hey, I can't blame a man for trying.
You can't. I mean,
call him hustle man.
Hustle man. Hey, can I get some bread?
Yeah.
Well, man, that's been your cliffside, the cliffhangers right there. We're going to go ahead and get into the cliffside vibes today. Guess what your vibes is today?
What's that?
It's going to be me, okay? Tomorrow night, if you're trying to tune in to a more very much off-kilter type of show from me, you want to get the real tea from me, what I really feel, hit me up on AMP, okay? Cliffside Vibes on AMP. I got my stuff out there. Just go ahead and click it. Any one of the links in the bio is going to send you there. You can't miss it. Okay, it's gonna be happening all this weekend. It's gonna be a weekend thing. We're gonna be listening to music. We're gonna have hip hop Fridays. We're gonna have Saturday night R&B, and then we're gonna do our little thing with the indie. We're gonna hit the indie scene on Indie Sundays. Okay,
congratulations on the new show, man.
I appreciate that. If you guys want to hear vibes for real, go ahead and hit us up on AMP. It's on the AMP app. You'll be getting most commentary from stuff real time because there's a lot of messy stuff that be happening during the weekend. So you'll get my real time opinion on that. And we're going to listen to some music on the way and laugh. You feel me? So if you want to be a part of the show, hit us up over there. But until then, we're going to hit you guys up on the other side as we talk about what's going on a stormy Thursday. Okay? But till then.
See you guys on the other side. All right, y'all. So, baby daddies, baby mamas, are y'all in? Y'all out? I'm just saying because they're held to a different caliber. I'm just being honest with you. Would you actually date a man, right? They got 2 baby mamas. Because I got questions I got to go with this. I will hit you on Saturday night. Great job. It's Lady J. She's going to listen to you, bro. So are y'all dealing with the baby mama or the baby daddy? I'm saying because this is the problem that I got before we get back from break, y'all. I'm going to talk with social media right now. The problem that I have is that when relationships break up and the kids are involved, how the dump goes. You know what I'm saying? Because kids get emotionally involved and get emotionally attached to these people. You know what I'm saying?
If they real cool, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And when things break up, right? How does that look like? Because I think that's another conversation relationships and people need to have, depending on, because if the person cheated, you don't want them around your kids. But what if they got emotional attachment? Do you be the bigger person to let them be around your kids? Or no, he hurt me, so no, the kid's gonna be okay. Because this is what women say, and well, women, I've never heard a man say it, but women say they'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
They're gonna be all right. They're young, they won't remember this. That's not true, ladies. So 866-245-5480. Would you date a man that has two different baby mamas? And the reason why I'm saying two different baby mamas because it's a judge of character. Because people said things happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how it happened.
But no, seriously, things happen. Okay, and I understand things happen, but as we're getting older in life, right?
I need to see how you process decisions.
Thank you. You got two different baby daddies, right? You know, or more, or you got two different baby mamas or more. That tends to be a problem because now I got to look at you even deeper. How are you taking care of your kids? How are you interacting with them? Do you make enough money to take care of them and me if we decide to get married?
I look at it more for.
I'm dealing with one now. Ooh, what you could call in. Been together for 20 years. How's that working? Well, I guess it's worked for 20. You've been there for 20 years.
20 years. Shoot.
I wouldn't have a problem with the man dating. I'm dating a man with two ex-wives.
And I got some.
I got two ex-wives, but what I'm talking about those kids though.
Yeah, I got some purpose.
Yeah,
but folks don't be mad about it. Like always.
Okay. I mean, dating a man with two ex-wives, you still got to think about that though, because I'm two exes down. So you got to think about,
why they married you and then
what happened? Because I can say things happen, but doing those things that happened, I was part of the problem too on some of them.
Yeah.
Have I changed? Am I a better person? Coming in thinking that you can fix somebody else's problem, or you can be better than the next woman or the next man because you heard the issues.
I'm not trying to problem solve nobody though. I can care less about that. No, when I get with you, if you're not working to fix your own problem, I'm not gonna help you.
I hear y'all. Y'all know me. I hear you. All right, y'all. It's 41 minutes after the hour. You guys are locked into your favorite evening ride worldwide. How you doing? It's your boy, Joe Lockett. America's favorite side dude. Safe space for women. Tomorrow, y'all, we're going to be hanging out with Big Dad out in Bessemer, eating shrimp and fish. We're going to be giving y'all the address. Follow us out there on social media. We're going to hang out with Big Daddy tomorrow. On Friday, it's going to be Fish Friday with the Joe Lockett Show and Big Daddy out in Bessemer tomorrow, y'all. The food is good. I love hanging out with Big Daddy, and it's going to be fun. So even if it's raining or whatever it may be doing, tomorrow we will be out in Bessemer coming to you live from Bessemer with Big Daddy barbecue sauce, and I'm going to be smacking eating that because I got to get that shrimp tomorrow. I gotta get that shrimp. Yes, Lord.
That's
all right, y'all. 866-245-5480. Baby daddy, baby mama. The reason why I preface what I said earlier today, y'all, about two different parents, right? Would you date a man or a woman that has, if the man, two different baby mamas, the woman, two different baby daddies? Because, and when you're young, maybe, I'm just saying, I'm not, going at you. You don't pay that too much attention.
Yeah.
But as you're older, right, at my age, those are things that I do look at, right? If I'm talking to a woman and she said, well, I got two kids, right? Then come to find out a little bit on, as we talk a little bit more, she says, well, they're two different men. I'm not going to ask her and impress her right then what happened, but I'm on alert now and I'm watching you more.
Oh, yes.
Let me just say this now. We speaking real here on the Joe Lockett Show, right? I'm not going to say anything, but now I'm listening and watching you more because I'm trying to see how did this happen? Did you cheat? You know what I mean?
There's
Or
a-
did the guy do you dirty? And if a guy did you dirty, how did you end up with a second kid? Were you married to one of the baby daddies?
And we said this briefly off the air,
Uh-huh.
but not only am I going to look at you a certain type of way as far as from there on,
Uh-huh.
and it may not be looking at you in like the negative sense, but
Right.
I will be watching to see how you process decisions.
Mhm.
Like, are you a spur in the moment girl?
Mhm.
Are you a spur in the moment dude?
Mhm.
Are you somebody that just jump to things?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I mean, look, it ain't my kids. So I'm going to tell you outside looking in, or did you just jump into making a baby?
Bruh, I'm looking at that. And also, as a man, I know women too, I'm looking at the age difference.
Yeah. Like, who
You
you fooling with?
But bruh, like I said, think about what I'm saying. When you're dating these people and they say, well, I got kids, women looking at this too. The age difference, because women age difference have a gap. Some dudes age difference, they ain't got no gaps, bruh. Because they was cheating while they was cheating.
Oh, yeah, it was, man.
So again,
Hell, fantasy draft.
Again, with women, when you out there dating these men, are you really paying all this stuff attention? And should you date those people? Because you can say they changed. You can say they are better people.
Yeah.
But this is what I say for myself. You know what I mean? When I look at a woman, how much of a burden is that going to be for me?
Extreme.
You know, if you got 2 kids already, right? I don't want any more kids, so we ain't having no more. But I got 2, you got 2, right? And then I got you. I'm looking at, do I make enough to take care of this family now? Because you're a package. And vice versa, right? When a woman is talking to a man that got kids, you're coming in, and this is what I got to tell women and men, right? You're coming in after the kids. So you're going to get after attention. You're going to get after money. And I've seen women do this here, right? That start dating these, they ex got a kid with them. Now they done moved on. The woman that you're with now and the baby mama, they got issues because of how the money is being divided up.
Yeah.
This becomes a huge problem in households. I know you paying, let me say this, because this is what I've heard from many women. I know you're paying child support. She ain't getting now another dime out of him. You're my husband now.
Mm-hmm. That's how I say it. That's how it go. That's how it go. That's just the fact.
Listen to what I just said. You're paying child support. Ain't now another dime coming up out of him.
How you sound? Literally, how you sound right now? That sound like the.
I just want that silence to cut through there. Listen to what I just said. You paying child support. Ain't now another dime coming up out of here now. Is that fair?
I mean, to the woman, shoot, I know it's a whole bunch of
You
women
paying child
you better
support.
say it, girl.
You paying child support. Your girl or your wife now is telling you that you can't give no more of your money to your child.
The nerve of my girl telling me that. Let alone my wife. My wife probably got a little bit more cachet to think she can say that. But my girl saying that is wow.
Women, I have heard women say, you're paying enough. Make it work with that. But when the shoe is on the other foot,
you better pay that money. I need it. That's for my babies.
No, but I'm just being honest with y'all. 866-245-54. What do y'all think about that, right? If this man is paying child support, right? Child support don't go to just taking care of that child.
It don't.
I'm just going to be honest. Mama's paying bills. Mama's doing other stuff. Mama ain't taking that $300 or $1,000, whatever the cash may be, and saying, hey, little Jimmy, daddy gave me this check and it's all for you.
Yeah.
It don't work that way.
It don't.
You know what I mean? It don't work that way. I'm sorry. So when Jimmy needs some shoes and mama to pay the rent with the child support money or about food for the kid or whatever she need to go do with whatever money, that other money she got coming in, and Jimmy needs some shoes and daddy can't really go buy shoes now because his wife or his girlfriend got a problem with it.
Yeah. Let's
How does that work, ladies?
Some of y'all got to be real, bro.
Someone said in most cases child support is enough. Erica says if I say no kids or grown kids, I'll shrink my dating pool tremendously. I mean, yeah, but you got to think about, like I said,
I'm willing to do that.
but like I'm saying, you can shrink your dating pool, or you're gonna have to put up with what comes with it.
Yeah, and if you know what comes with it, or
and you cool with it, it's a package deal. Someone says I've been accused of that when I married my ex. Now we not together. I didn't get a dime. But I'm gonna say this, right? And I say this to fellas all the time. Even if your wife, you're married to her, because girlfriends, in my opinion, you don't have a say so, period. I'm just gonna say, I don't care how good and how long we've been in a relationship together. You ain't gonna tell me what I can and can't do for my child as my girlfriend. I'm gonna say that again and again and again. You're not gonna tell me what I can and cannot do for my child.
I wish you would.
Okay. Now, if you're my wife,
get a joke.
you fall in the same category. And the reason why I say this, bro, if my kid was here before you, I have an obligation to my kid first. I am her father or his father.
What if they hit you? Because we went spiritual.
Sure.
What if they hit you with I forget. I'm gonna butcher it at this point. But you know, with the wife supposed to be first before
the wife you're supposed to put
everybody else.
You're always supposed to put the wife first. Yes, you do. But what happened before I met you? I made a kid. So that was something before you. The kid didn't do none of this. See, this is what I think men and women got it twisted, right? You should never, now if your kid is grown, that's different. I am talking about kids from anywhere from 1 year old to about 17, right? I'm talking about those kids. Once they're 18 years old, you can start making different decisions and tell your kids start making better choices. I'm not with the grown kids, taking care of grown kids. My wife tell me don't take care of my grown kid for a while. I'm gonna listen to her on that. I'm gonna put my foot down. But for my teenager kids, that's my responsibility. I made that kid before you were here. I had a responsibility to that kid before you came. Mama's the same thing. So I don't care. You're not going to have the audacity, unmitigated gall to say one freaking word to me about anything about that child. You know, as long as I'm not asking you to take your paycheck, even if I'm pulling from the house, but I'm making it do. But if I got to pull from the house to do for that kid, I am doing that. And guess what? If you don't like it, I'm your husband, and I'm gonna look you in your face, just like I'm saying it to this camera. You can bounce.
I got a question though.
Uh-huh.
What would force or make somebody take that stance? Like, what would drive somebody to want that conclusion? I mean, because if you think about it, that's a very self-centered way to think. Because
sometimes, man, this is what I've seen, right? I'm only going from my history in life. Women didn't like the baby mama. Maybe the baby mama didn't react with the woman so well. She's doing well, maybe got a nice car, got a nice house, whatever, right? And so to her, she's probably not getting everything she wants at home from him. He's taking and doing whatever he need to go do for his daughter, going to get the nails done, going to get his son them Jordans. You know what I'm saying?
But it may be appearing to her that he's doing stuff for the girl that she don't like.
Right. Okay. So you're doing more. It seems to her that you're doing more for over there than the stuff you're doing over there need to be coming over here. You know what I'm saying? Your love is not there. That's your child. You're taking care of your child. Your responsibility is just child support.
That makes sense. Because I do remember a few cases, and it was a weird argument. I was overhearing it. Right. But the lady was mad because of something that you just said. Yeah. But she was like, you can do that over here, though. And he was like, what you mean? And he was like, well, you can do all that stuff with me. Right. You still, you got to make sure she all right, or make sure the baby all right. Well, we can make sure the baby all right. Right. You just do it with me. And he was like, what? But see, this is where I have a problem with women, right? Stop trying to intertwine yourself in that situation unless that man allow you into that situation. Like, you got to be careful what you get yourself into when you're dealing with baby mamas and with a guy with kids, right? I preface this with some women. Some women do that. Okay. No. I don't know if so many would be willing to want that type of problem. Well, a lot of times a man doesn't set the precedence of what needs to happen. He's a knee jerker. He's reacting to the situation around him, and he's trying to keep everybody happy. You're not going to keep everybody happy in that situation if everybody's not an adult about the situation and then sit down and have a talk before everything went together. See, if you're going into a relationship and you got a kids, everybody got to sit down and talk at some point. Yeah. Both baby mom, your wife and that woman need to sit down and talk how things are going to go, right? Money, financially, everything. Put all the feelings on the table. Because guess what? At the end of the day, my wife don't have a word to say about what me and baby mama got to talk about. You can be there and listen,
But you better not open your mouth and give your 2 cents because that ain't your child. If I got to come up with money, we got camp, I got to figure out a way to pay half of that camp. This is what child support is doing. But you're not going to tell me that she needs more money. She's doing what she got to go do, and I can't do something. No, what I can do is divorce you and still do what I got to do for my child. And if you don't like that, I don't care. You see what I'm saying? Because again, a kid never asked to be here. And women have to stop trying to use their control of wifey or girlfriend over a man about what they think he can and should not do, because you're not going to let any man come in and tell you what you can and can't do for your kids.
Oh, sure. I'll throw them a lifeline there. What if they feel like the woman is exploiting you?
Right. And Erica, you make a point. I'm not talking about the ones who does not have drama. I agree with you. Everybody don't have drama. What was your point now?
What about the ones that feel like their boyfriend or their husband's getting exploited?
But you can have that talk with your husband. But if he decides that's still what he wants to do, you got to live with that.
True.
You got to live with that. If you're telling me, well, she's using you, she's doing this, okay. But if I'm okay with being used by my child and that's what I want to go do, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let you dictate how I raise the things I can do for my child. I'm just not. Let me say this again. The child was here before you. So my responsibility is to who first?
The baby.
The child. Period. And if a woman can't understand that in a woman's life, we shouldn't be together. We can't walk down the aisle together. Because if my baby calls me, the baby called me, the wife called me. Depending on the severity of the situation, where am I going first? The baby called me, the wife called me. Yeah. Depending on the severity of the situation, where am I going first? 9 times out of 10, I'm going to my baby.
Yeah.
The wifey may not like that. But that's just the way that is, because why? The kid need me more at this point in time than the wife is going to need me. Like I said, depending on the severity of the situation.
I mean, the wifey can come with you.
But if both of them are in trouble at the same time, because I was married. I was in this situation. I mean, I was married. I was in this situation. So I'm telling you.
We had to pick between the two.
You have to make people understand if that situation arises, what's going to happen. I was a stepfather. I understood my role. I played my role. I didn't make an issue about whatever needed to be done between the mama and the daddy. However they needed to handle that, I wasn't in on it. When she would come home or say some things or complain about it, I'm like, okay, I would tell her my point of view. I would tell her I think maybe she should handle this, because I'm a man. So sometimes, I would explain to her, well, from a man point of view, this is what he's seeing. Well, maybe you need to kind of, work with him, because what I always wanted was for it to work. I wasn't trying to take her side. One thing I don't do when it comes to, if I'm a step parent, I'm not taking anybody's side. I'm thinking about what's fair for the kid and what's reasonable, so y'all can find some kind of comfortable solution to move forward in y'all life. I'm not trying to cause drama for you. I'm just not. You see what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people have problems in trying to do those things. So be careful what you're dating. Right? Be careful when you do got 2 baby mamas, 2 baby daddies. Be very careful in what you got going on. My board is out in here, so who we got online? Because we got to get to the phone lines quickly. Orlando? I don't know why I picked the phone. Orlando, you're locked into the Joe Lockett Show. Go ahead.
What's happening, Joe?
What's going on, man?
I heard Nephew say something about the whole wife, your spouse before everybody else. Now that one is a touchy subject, but it shouldn't be. Everybody needs to understand. And like you were saying, that child was there before them, and that's what's going to happen. But what the other people, the grown-ups in that relationship have to understand is that yes, my child is coming first, so I have to pay more attention. I'm going to give you a little bit more attention because I want you to know that I care about you.
Right.
But I'm still going to do the things that I got to do for my child.
Right. Right.
In that whole situation, the spouse before you, the spouse comes before the kids and all of that. Yeah, but they gotta think about it is that you're in a way that the child is always gonna come first.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, no matter how you look at it, no matter what's going on. So the other person has to understand that they gotta understand that. It just don't happen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why the touch when I talked about today, Orlando, is 2 different baby mamas, 2 different baby daddies, right? You got yourself in that situation. So when those situations happen to you, now you got to deal with it. You can't come in trying to be like you Captain Know-It-All and say this is what you want because you hold the title wife or the title husband. It don't work that way.
Yeah.
It don't.
Yeah, no. I mean, and I've been on both sides of that deal. I've been the stepdad that came in, and I've been the stepchild that but luckily as a stepchild, the man that I called dad, he was that man. He was that dude. He stepped up, and he is who I call dad.
Gotcha.
Who my kids call grandpa.
Right.
So I did learn how to be a good. I had a good role model.
Hey, Orlando, I am so sorry, man, but it's the end of the show, big dog. I gotta let you go, big dog.
Yeah.
All right, love you, man. Thanks for calling in, bro. All right, man. Love you, boy. Have a good one now. That's Orlando from Little Rock, Arkansas. Y'all, we got to get ready to get up out of there, but we're going to hang out on social media for a little while. 866-245-5008 to call that number tomorrow, but you can go hang out on Joe Lockett Show, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We right there, y'all. But guess what, y'all? Radio Land, we got to get up out of here. Y'all know how I feel about you, right? Jatim, Tamo, Aishtimas, Liberty. What does all that mean? It means, y'all, I love you.
See y'all later.
All right, y'all. So let me see some of y'all comments here. Great show today, y'all. Why is divorce just so easy? Why is divorce just so easy to speak of now over something that just needs to be discussed? I'm not understanding the question here.
No, why is it something that folks resort to so easily when, in the grand scheme of things, hindsight, you can just talk about it and get to a resolution a lot.
Eric, I agree with you. I agree with you so much that people are not having the conversation. I don't think people really want to have the conversation. I'm just be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are afraid to have that conversation. They hope things, and this is where I think human nature kicks in for a lot of people. We hope that things are going to work themselves out. People they don't want the conflict until, it's too late. And then a lot of animosity is built up.
Or they scared of the change it might bring.
Exactly. And some people think they can handle it, right? I've been in a situation where I was dating someone and they said they thought they can handle the situation, but they couldn't. And you got to respect that, right? And I would say this, and the reason why I prefaced this questions the way I did today is because when you're picking somebody that has been with two other people and gave kids to those two, had children with those two people, right? There's something else going on there. Life just don't happen, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not going to buy that, right?
What?
Life just don't happen all the time. You know what I mean? Like I said, depending on the age gap of the kids, if the age gap is close, there's something else going on there. And those are things that you have to look at. That's why I say with two different baby mamas or two different baby daddies, you got to look at, and like I said, these are teaching moments. Look at the age of the kids. Look at what you're going to have to do to be able to be in their relationship. Look how much that person needs to be in their life or not in their life. Think about that, right? Because some people are like, well, he ain't with his kids or he ain't doing as much for his kids. That's between him and his kids. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Well, if he ain't doing stuff with his kids or she ain't doing stuff with his kids, think about how they're going to feel about you. Because see, sometimes I think the kids not being around is not going to be a problem. If they have small kids and not spending time with their small kids for real, they're selfish. They're really about themselves. I don't know if it's the baby mama or the baby daddy, either one. So this is what I'm saying is you guys got to be careful in looking at just the outside package deal. Look at really what that entails. I know situations happen. I know people get in things and people make, decisions that they, I ain't gonna say they regret because kids are never regrettable, but you make decisions and you got to live with them. But then you got to look at that person. Have they learned from that decision? Are they trying to do better for themselves? Because whatever issues that they have and you become into their life, those are going to become your daily problems too. So that is something I think you guys should think about. Not open and honest up front. Yeah, I think a lot of times I like a woman, if I'm talking to her, to talk about her kids, right? If she got the kids and, how much she spend time with her kids, because it gives me an idea, do I want to be in this situation with you and your kids? And like I said, if you have young kids, I don't want to be with you. I mean, this is a woman, it's a while back though. She had 4 kids. Beautiful, right? Great personality. We was talking and she said, by the way, I have 4 kids. That was a big no for me right away. I said, well, something? I said, yeah, we need to go ahead and cut this now. And it was just that instant, right? I wasn't going to waste another time of her day to try to, can I want to do this or should I do this? No, I said, I'm out.
You think you missed out on somebody?
I don't care. I don't want 4 kids, bro. She had 4 little kids.
Okey-dokey.
You know what I mean? I'm not missing out on anything that I don't want. You know what I'm saying? She may be a great person, and we probably could have made it work, but I didn't want the 4 kids. You see what I'm saying? So that ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take on something I want because I may be missing out on something. You know what I'm saying? I may be missing out on a high, but I'm not going to go out and smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm going to miss out on something, if I don't want what it's going to take me to get there, I don't need it. I guess that's my point. Sorry it took a minute to get in. Oh, no problem. That's a big ask at our age. Yes. And I was talking to her, and it was just like I think I was at some kind of meet and greet, and I saw her, and I knew her, but we hadn't really talked, right? So I've seen her before. So when we started talking, right, you can tell when you got that vibe, right? But she said I got 4 kids. I said, oh, that's what I said, bro. I was like, whoa. I said 4 kids. I was like, oh, I said baby girl. I said we can be friends. I said, but we can never be no more. I said I don't even want 4 kids, right?
Why can't we be friends?
No. She said, I respect that, Joe. She told me, she said, Joe, I respect that. She said most men wouldn't even say that up front, right? Because the way she look, men would be trying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to make another kid,
Bruh, no. Because, bruh, I have dated women with small kids. And when you're on the phone with them, who are they usually talking to?
The kids. I'm with you. That's why I don't. Man.
Bro, listen. When you date a woman with kids, and I don't have anything against women with kids, right? But what I'm saying, you got to have a certain kind of alignment when you date a woman with kids.
I ain't got the patience.
I don't want to have the patience. You see what I'm saying? I'm not bringing that to the table. So if your kids is running around tearing up stuff, pulling on you, I mean, I get that's your life, but it don't have to be my life. So I don't, if you got kids or small kids.
Yeah, the patience that I could have is only for the baby that I would have.
Exactly. and there are some men that, that didn't have kids, that want to have kids, and, you walk into a ready-made family, and that works for some guys. Like I said, that just don't work for me. But I just would say to anybody out there that's listening to the show today, make sure you guys are very aware of the situations, because the multiple baby mamas and multiple baby daddies say something sometimes about the person that you're starting to date, right? And again, like I said, I do look closely at the age of the kids, right? How close they are in age. And I usually, when it comes to the kids, I'm not as blunt as I am with other questions, but I watch, right? And then and I'm always looking to hear the conversation between the other parent or the delivery when they exchanging the kids, how that looks. Glad I don't have to become. I'm glad I don't have that because I was homegrown. Okay. And like I said, I think more men find themselves in those situations because a lot of women don't deal with men that got kids. Hey, how's it going? Margot, how you doing? A lot of women don't deal. I would say a lot of women don't deal with men that had small kids at this age. They want their kids to be grown because women they know what they want about life and they're not trying to raise anybody else's kids. It's what I've been told, right? Most women are not trying to deal with men with small kids. So if I'm out here 53 and I got a 3-year-old baby by a 30-year-old or 40-year-old, right? A lot of women ain't trying to put up with that because that says a lot about me, right? I'm out here still playing around, not protecting myself, and still here making babies. You see what I'm saying? So again, like I said, it's a flag. It could be a green flag or a red flag, up to you, but you do have to be careful when you're dealing with somebody and they have babies by different partners.
Still making babies at 50 is crazy.
That's messy. Date your baby mama.
Nah, I'm good. Oh,
this is what I'm gonna say. Don't make a baby mama make your girlfriend a wife. That's what I'm gonna say. Because what if you dating your baby mama and she's toxic or y'all are toxic? That to me,
What if she was his wife and then just turned into a baby mama?
Well, at least you tried it. Oh. But I'm not for, and like I said, I'm a poster child for this, right? You can't go out there and be making a bunch of babies, right? You putting the cart before the horse, right? And then expecting everybody else to be okay with what you did. You know what I'm saying? That's what people say. Well, they're here now, so what you gonna do? I can't do nothing about it.
heard that reference since my great granddad.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, but that's the way it's looked at, because this is where a lot of women. I don't know about men, because I don't know what men do, but women, well, they're here now, so what? You take it or leave it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, like you said, if you're talking to somebody and you decide, well, this is not something I want to do. Oh, so you that kind of man?
Yeah.
Right, but no, I'm not. Yeah, and I would say for me, I am that kind of man that don't want to take on your kids.
But I look at it as they insecurity bleeding out. Then
it is.
Wow. First of all, why are you around here looking for men just to jump into that type of situation? And why are you shaming them for not accepting what you got going on?
Well, it's tough for a woman, man, when she got kids, right? Because depending on her age range, she's trying to do the right thing and raise her kids. She's probably trying to have a private life herself, right? And trying to figure out what's going to be best for her kids going forward. She's probably made some mistakes in her life, trusting guys. So now she got trust issues. Also, she probably got some financial issues going on. So I get the plight.
Those comments is going to help you get that.
Right, but no, I'm saying, but I understand the plight of what a woman goes through. I don't know how to tell a woman that made those decisions in her life how to get through that journey unscathed. That makes sense?
I know my mama was like, man, it wasn't no life until you was like, what, 18, 17?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't entertain nobody else. And the one time I didn't want to do it again because of how it went.
Mm-hmm.
The last time it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So she was like, man, I had to just wait. It was just what I was placed with.
Again, but see, that's what I think a lot of people, man, this is just human nature. When you make the decision to have a kid because of what you did that night, right? Whether you're a man or a woman. A lot of people don't want to pay the price that comes with that. They want other people to pay that price for them. They want other people to pay that price for them. They want other people to pay the price for them, right? Or some people, I'm very careful how I'm using these words. I don't think women or men want you to feel sorry for them, but they want you to understand and have empathy for their situation, right?
Okay.
And I do, like I said, I get the plight. I understand it, but you made that decision to do that. And so you brought that kid in the world. So what comes with it, the ramification, what comes with that, that's on you. So you may not be able to have a life for a while, for 10, 15, 6, 7, 2 or 3 years. That's on you.
But people hate when you say you made that decision.
But you did.
You did, though.
But regardless of how you want to look at it, that is your child. For whoever you had that child with, you made that decision to have that child. Whether it worked out or not, the world is going to look at you a certain way. Society is going to put you in a certain box. Whatever that box is that society puts you in, it's up to you to get yourself out of that and live through that and raise a child to be a productive human being in society. That is what you have to go do. That ain't up to the person that's trying to holler at you, right? And you can't make it my problem for what you decide to go do, and vice versa, right? I can't make it your problem what I decide to go do. If a woman said, I don't want to date a man with 2 kids, okay, well, we can't date. I want a man that don't have no kids, right? And we can have some kids together. Well, I'm not your guy.
Mm-hmm. I got kids.
Yes, I know a woman like that have 9 kids, expect the men to take care of her kids. All of them different.
Yeah, she wild.
Well, like we was talking about, number 1, insecurity. Number 2, anybody that's dating a woman with 9 kids, they're not dating her. They want to get with her. There's not too many men that's going to go in and say, I'm going to take care of your situation. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Man, you ain't got to worry about me.
Man, listen, it's tough enough for a man to walk in and say he want to take care of 1 or 2 kids. Anything over 2 men, when a woman got 3 or 4 kids, bruh, that is a huge turnoff for a dude. Yeah. I'm just being honest. Ain't too many dudes walking in that got their life and moving forward and they free and clear going to walk into a ready-made family.
Yeah. My thought with hearing that, she easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like I said, 9 kids, he's not dating you. He just want to get with you, right? You know, and this is what I really fought dudes for.
And she going to let you do it.
But this is what, I'm going to say 8 of those guys that was with that one with 9 kids, I got a problem with them, bro. I got a huge problem with those fellas.
You saw the other folk.
Right? You did everything you could to put that woman in a worse situation than she was before you met her. You know what I mean? I have a huge problem with that. You know what I mean? That you see a woman in a situation that's not good for her, and as a man, why? I mean, nephew, think about why do us as men put women in a worse situation, and we know we're not going to be there to help them out? You know what I'm saying? You got 2 or 3 kids. Why am I trying to give you enough time? You want to have my kid too? Well, where did that ego come in for us?
Well, I don't think it's ego. I think it's we not, most dudes ain't really saying it, but I'm gonna be honest. I think most of us think along the same lines as some women. You a spur in the moment emotional dude. So when you go back to her, because I'm thinking it's mostly she got 2 or 3 baby daddies, and they are the ones that have these 8 kids. So it's probably 2, 3, 4.
Right.
You feel me? So I see it more as, yo, you a spur in the moment dude. You in touch with your feelings, even though you probably saying you not. And you the type of dude, like I said, you a spur in the moment person. So what you do, you don't think when you feel stuff emotionally. You don't weigh stuff out. You just do it. And you're the type of people I can't be around. Those type of people, man, they make me sick because you don't put in consideration nothing.
Nobody else, right?
You don't put in consideration.
And then what, 15, 16, 21 days later, you sitting around talking about hoping and praying that, you know what I'm saying?
And those be the main dudes saying, man, these women out here ain't. They, man, shoot, you might as well just pop them and go. No, dude, you do that.
Yeah, because like I said, I can blame the woman because she's a part of it, but as a man, I take full responsibility because I'm in full control. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got to the point where you're allowing me to be in that intimate with you, I'm in control of that. So I should make sure that you're going to be straight. You see what I'm saying? And I'm a man, and I'm not going to get too graphic, but I'm a man. When you're with a woman, you want to hear her say your name. You want to hear that's mine. You want to hear these things, right? And some dudes' ego want to say, do you want to have my baby, right? Like I said, in your mind, in the moment, I get it. Maybe, you own something, you're drinking something. I get that part of it. But, bruh, I've been there. I understand. One thing I don't allow to come out of my mouth, bruh, right? Even when I was married, I never let these words come out of my mouth. Do you want to have my baby? You see what I'm saying?
Because it sounds good in the moment.
But it sounds good, bro. But here's the thing: when you in that moment, with that spur of a second or 2 seconds, like I said, I'm not going to get graphic. You become unconscious. You're not thinking at all. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you're conscious of whatever you're going into. You got to make sure that you understand, because if that woman, she's already at her peak. You're about to reach your peak. She ain't in no position to stop you from doing what you got to do because you're in full control.
Ain't working for me.
Well, like I said, but some dudes, when you see you got kids by another dude, sometimes a dude ego takes over, bro.
Yeah. I can't relate, but I have heard that. I definitely have. From friends of mine.
Bro, I'm telling you, dudes' ego take over. And even though we have no intentions on being around, or we ain't even thought about it, but because you had a baby by somebody else, I want to be the guy to do the same thing to you, and I want to release my stream into your river. It's what I want to do too. And like I said, it's ignorant. I know it sounds crazy as I know what, but that is the emotion, that is the thought pattern of a man when he's doing those dumb things. And I have a problem with those dudes because you're leaving a woman, a defenseless woman, right? And like I'm saying, the woman, she got a part in it. I'm not, relieving her of that. But I'm saying, as a man, we should never leave a woman in a worse situation than we found her without saying that we're going to be there to help her during those times. And a lot of us men do that. And I do have a huge problem with that. So no one is thinking about contraception in this situation. No. Come on now. Come on, y'all. I mean, we have real conversation on my show, y'all. Come on. A lot of people are going in natural, okay? Knowing the consequences. The moment happens, like I said, depending on if you have been drinking, if you have been vaping, whatever you've been doing, when the moment happens, women get a little weak, right? Men get a little more aggressive, right? Everybody knows where they want this to go. And once you get to that point and the stimuli hits you, you go with the flow of that moment. All of us been there, right? All of us ain't gonna sit there like, well, I'm a buttoned up tight. No, that ain't the way life really works. if you sitting there with your girl, right, and y'all been chilling, blah, 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 and y'all watching TV or y'all, spending some time together and y'all doing y'all thing, one thing leads to another. If you trust this guy, right, 9 times out of 10, women probably not going to say anything to this guy, right? She probably already told him, but, you're hoping and praying that he don't. But at the point when when the release come, he don't pull, it is what it is at that point. You said, thank you. Someone said they like my beard. Thank you so much. But I'm just saying, I could go out here and rant and rave about, well, you should do better, right? We all have been in those situations. Some of us been lucky and escaped. I can say, back in the day, I've been very lucky and been escaped. But now, and I'm not going to say that I cannot make a mistake. God's still working on me, hashtag, right? But I will say this to people, right? At some point, we have to start being accountable for what we're doing, fellas. At some point, man, we have to make sure that we want to leave women in much better positions than they are, right? You can have fun with a woman, right? But, bro, if you don't have any good intention, and because we know, when you're doing your thing, whether that's the woman that you want to marry, right? Right? You know that. But if you have no intentions on it, bro, don't leave her with a package, man. Don't leave her with a child. Now, ladies, this is where I'm gonna come to you at, right? When you're talking to these men, right, and y'all going to that other level with them, right? You got to make sure you're protected. If you're going to go natural, you need to go get a plan B, or you need to put something. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that regardless of that guy that you don't know or you sort of kind of trust a little bit, but he ain't your husband, you need to make sure you're protected from him and his allure and his charisma. You see what I'm saying? So I would tell women on this live feed, wherever you guys are watching me, don't never trust a man that ain't your husband. Because I'm quite sure you probably don't mind having a baby with your husband, but you don't want to have a baby by a man that you don't have his last name. You know what I'm saying? I would say don't trust a man to that point. Well, people are like, well, it don't feel good. Well, bro, we just want to be doing that then, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or like I said, y'all know all the different things. So I don't need to get graphic about that situation, but I'm just saying we got to talk more about it, but also we got to take more accountability on both sides on how that actually happens, right? And I'm gonna say, if you got more than 3 kids, probably the last thing you should be doing is doing that without being on some type of birth control or making sure somebody wrapped up. If you got more than 3 kids and you got 3 different baby daddies, or you got 3 kids and you had the same baby daddy but you're single right now, the last thing you need in your life, unless you're financially okay, is another kid. Kids cost money. Kids takes time, right? Kid want mommy and daddy, right? So the last thing you need to be out here doing is out here trying to fulfill a void in your life with another man who's possibly going to try to get you pregnant. That's just, and like I said, that's probably tough talk, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, that's what you need to think about, because a lot of us men do not care. Find me, put me in child support. You can't get nothing from nothing. That's what a lot of some men think, right? So I'm just saying, yes, it's another bill. It's another bill, another responsibility, and it's time, right? And the kid's going to take all of that for the next 18 to 21 years, right? So, again, think about what y'all doing out there, right? Be honest with yourself. Like I said, we all human. We all do our thing. I ain't telling y'all, stop your groove. I'm a side dude, so trust me. My life is my life. Yours is yours. But we do got to be smarter. We should really be trying to leave each other in a better place, right? Don't leave any packages around that you don't want to take care of later. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Having babies are very expensive, very expensive. But this is what I always say. And maybe, nephew, you can help me out on this. Why don't men and women, right? I've seen men leave women with babies, right? But why don't men leave women with great investments?
It takes too much work, I guess.
No, but I'm saying it's easy to invest or deposit a baby, right, into the bread box. But why don't we leave women with stocks and bonds and CDs and our Roth IRAs, you know what I'm saying? Or show them how to invest into a property. Like I said, leave a woman better off than you find her, bro. You know what I'm saying? Invest into her. Okay, just say, for example, if you get a woman pregnant, right, but y'all not going to be together, why not leave her in a place where she got her business mind together, where you can make sure that y'all child's going to be taken care of? Huh?
Sounds
yeah.
nice.
Sounds good, right? But how many men, honestly, I just started thinking like this too, as I got older. But how many men, bro, sit down and think like that?
I'll tell you right now, I'm not.
Huh?
I'll tell you right now, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? When we get with a woman, bro, we're not trying to invest to make sure they're better. We're trying to hang out with them to see what we can get and where we can go. And possibly, maybe at some point, we may, just may, you know what I'm saying, marry you.
I think most of them probably see that as something for their wife if they was to contemplate it. You know what I mean? And then I don't think most of them are thinking along the lines, because if depending on what side of the fence you on, you probably still mad that it didn't work out.
Somebody told me, well, Joe, there's not a lot of good men out here, or there's not a lot of men out here that makes a lot of money, so our pickings are slim. Okay, I'm gonna go with that narrative. Okay. So if the pickings are slim, why are you having babies by them?
By the slim pickings?
Yeah.
Maybe it might be slim pickings to the more qualified.
No, but I'm saying slim pickings right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just say right now where you are financially, right? And you was one of those dudes, and then you want to do where you are financially. Mm-hmm. What good are you gonna do a woman right now, nephew, and leave a baby with her?
Oh, nothing. We're both gonna be terrible. I think I set us back about a whole another 2-3 more years.
And so, you see what I'm saying? But so that's what I'm saying. So now, whatever y'all done prior to having that child, money is gonna be our biggest stickler now. Love is gonna be nowhere in the equation. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I don't know love.
That's what I'm trying to tell folks. So when you're younger or older, you're in debt in both ends. But it just depends on if you're older, you're in your late 30s, early 40s, 45, and you're in debt and you got kids. You got to be really careful who you're picking as a man. You got to be very careful who you're picking as a man, right? You can't be out here just picking any guy, because you're older, you're up in life. Your paycheck is only going to pay for so much of your life. So the person coming into your life right now, are they going to be able to sustain you or move you forward or set you back?
You can't be loose with the coach.
Broken homes, mommy's, father's issues on both sides. I agree with you, because some women leave first. Okay. Over 60% of black men are middle class. Okay. Listen, ultimately, it's her decision. She has the baby or not. Very true. It's her decision, but it's a man's decision whether he decides to give her his baby. I agree it's a woman's decision if she has the baby, but as a man, it's my decision. Trust me, I've had 2 women leave me because I wouldn't give them a child. So it's my decision whether I decide to give you my child or not. It's your decision whether you decide to have it. But it's going to be my decision whether I decide to give it to you. If I give it to you, I have given away my power. But it's my decision ultimately, right? I'm in control of that. You can't have a child. Now you can have a child without me, but you can't have my child without me. You see what I'm saying? So it's ultimately my decision, can you have my child or not? And I'm not going to give you that power to be able to make that choice. I'm going to make that choice whether I want to give you my child or not, whether you like it or not. Like I said, I've lost 2 women for that.
What? Women can't steal babies?
You not from me. Like I said, you can go have a baby, but you're just not going to have my baby. You see what I'm saying? That's cool.
No,
so
Joe, they want your baby.
And that's why 2 women left me. Because I said no, right? Joe is still your baby, though, because you made it. No. What you're not understanding is I'm not giving you my baby. I am not making a baby with you. So it's not going to be your decision. I'm not going to put you in a position where you can make that decision. I am not going to deposit. I'm not going to deposit into your river at all. I'm not doing that.
We ain't signing nothing.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I lost 2 women because I would not give them my child. I said no. Don't have the wisdom back in the day, taking accountability, raise all mine, mine, he's, others, elsewhere. Okay. Okay. Smart. Well, I'm in love. That's good. Like I said, now, but I knew I want to be, like, my business is most important to me right now. So I have a goal. And I know, if you got a lot of kids or you got, kids, right? You're not going to be able to reach your goal. It's tough to reach your goal and raise a family at the same time. So I knew that had to be a choice, right, for me. And so I never as a kid, I never said I wanted to have a huge family. No, that was not my goal, right? So I have a goal about building my business, becoming a millionaire, becoming successful, being able to retire. So that's what I work hard at. So kids was not my thing. So when I said no, because when the conversation came to me, I sat down and we had that talk. I said, what does it look like? And Joe, she's shooting her shot. Okay, well, you can stop. But thank you. Drug dealing was their goal back in the day. Okay. Joe, let me go to Instagram here. Joe, if the family court system wasn't biased against men, would you have had a different? No. Listen, this ain't got nothing to do with finances, bro. If I'm gonna be a father, I want to be a father. I made a mistake in my life with not being the best father for my two daughters because they lived in Japan and I came back here, right? But I didn't have any kids before I was when I was a teenager, right? And I had those two kids and I had them with the same woman, right? But
you gotta make sure you get those.
I bring them. All right, bro. I'll see you tomorrow.
And don't forget the other stuff.
Okay, yeah, I get them from tomorrow because they're gone, so I have to get from tomorrow. I think I get from. But yeah, I know with kids, man, kids are a situation that you got to continuously take care of. Like, I like dogs, but I don't love dogs. I won't have a dog right now, but because I have to come home and take care of it. I don't want anything that I got to take care of, right? That I have to come back and make amends for. So once I got to a certain point in life and I really started to get into business, I understood at that point in time that, kids wasn't my main focus. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, family is not my main focus, right? When it comes to either building my business or building a family. No, that wasn't my main focus. And I started to realize that I had a love for it and knocking for the business more so than trying to be in a family setting and trying to have more kids. I didn't mind being a father. I didn't mind being married. I love being married. But to bring more to the table than what I was already dealing with, to build more of a family, that just was not where my mindset was, right? And some women, once they're married and they're moving on, they want to have kids. Like my ex-wife, I had 2 kids. She had a kid. Well, we wasn't talking about having kids, right? Because, I got 2, she got 1, right? So for me, in my mind, we were good. But at some point, she wanted another kid, right? And it became to the point of, well, you had a baby by somebody else. Why won't you want to have a baby with me? Valid point, but I don't, right? But, I think if we probably would have stayed together and I was in a financial situation where I could take care of the kid and move forward with my business, I'm going to say 90% I probably would have done it. But where we were at the marriage in that time and financially where we were, I just didn't see where we were, how that was going to work. And so I said, no. I'm not doing it. And that's a tough thing for a man to say to his wife at the time. Yeah, it wasn't a popular decision, but let me just be honest with y'all. I didn't give a damn. That's just what that was. So, it didn't work. It didn't turn out well for me on the front side of that. I'm on the other side of that right now. You know what I mean? But that is what it is. But yeah, that was a huge factor, man. That I said no, right? And I have to respect what the route that she took. I'm okay with that. But now guess what? I don't have that bill that I did not want. Because one thing I always say is, if I'm going to be with it, bring any more kids in this world, and God bless me if I have to have any more kids, right? If it comes, it's a blessing. I'm not leaving any more kids, number one. Number two, I'm not bringing a kid into a house that there's not love. If the two parents ain't getting along together, a kid is not going to make your situations better. Let me tell y'all that. Because you are having problems, a kid don't make freaking life better. It makes it tougher. If y'all got problems, stop having these doggone kids, right? And that was part of my other situation. My other thing was that we weren't in a good place, right? We weren't in a good place in our marriage. So I'm like, why are we even talking about this, right? That may anchor you, but it's not going to anchor me, because I'm not happy with what's going on right now, and I don't know how to fix that. Now, you're possibly going to get pregnant with everything comes with that, plus what we got on top of what we have, and the money situation that we got, right? As a man, I got to make choices. I got to cut back on something. And what would have been me cutting back on would have been cutting back on my radio show, going to get another full-time job to make sure I can take care of my family. I didn't want to do that. Do that sound selfish? Probably so. But I wasn't finna do it, man. And I didn't. And you want to give the kids all the love. Yeah. And you want to be living positive to give examples to the kids. You know what I mean? So, but a lot of people don't want to have that tough conversation, y'all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to find themselves in a situation, to have that. I was just honest with myself, right? I'm not finna be, because what would have happened with that situation was we would have had the kid, we would have got a divorce, I would have been fighting for the kid, wouldn't have probably got the kid because I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. Now I got 2 different baby mamas. Now me and her got real issues because I really didn't want that kid, but now I got to take care of this kid. Now I'm still trying to build my business, and now I got to pay child support. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm mad about life. So I'm probably not going to be successful in anything that I'm doing at that point. That's what I saw for myself. So I said, I'm not going to put myself and bring a kid into that situation because it's unfair. That's what I saw. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Now, if me and her was in a better place, right? I probably, I'm not going to say I would have because I still don't think I would, but it probably been more of a consideration. But because we wasn't in a better place and you're not with your baby father, right? I'm not with my baby's mama, right? We're not in a good place. How in the hell that equals up that we should be making a kid right now? We're not in a really good place, right? And we're in debt. Ninja. Make that make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Make that make sense to me. But like I said, man, a lot of people sitting here listening to the show understands, right, what I'm talking about because y'all done been through it, right? But, it makes sense to some people because from a woman's point of view, right, people, this was what I've been told. How did it go? People have done more with less. Yes, they have. I don't want to do that. I didn't want to be doing more with less. We was already doing that, right? So the baby was, honestly, for some women, it's making her happy to satisfy her. And that's cool if you're in love with that type of lifestyle. You want to give your wife that life, and you're saying that I'm going to do anything it takes to make my wife happy. That was a line for me. I was not willing to anymore. I was not as in love with her as I once was. I was upset and I was angry about some stuff. She was upset and angry about some stuff. We was not reconciled. We was not on the same page a lot of times about a lot of different things. And the kid definitely, to me, just was not going to make the situation right. There's too many kids brought into broken homes with no money, no love. Exactly. And like I said, I'm not looking for nobody to side with me, right? I make my own decision and I stick by that, right? So if y'all disagree with me, that's cool. If y'all agree with me, that's cool. I'm not looking for no bandwagon here, right? I'm just letting y'all know when I talk about these things, I understand that I made one of those decisions. I made this decision twice. That I didn't want kids, right? And with some women, that's a deal breaker because some women want a kid. And like I said, have at it. Go find a man that wants a kid, right? And, I've had women call me, you're very selfish. Yeah. On some things I am. But I sleep really good at night. I do. You know what I mean? Because, again, like I said, my baby mama, she took care of the kids. She did not worry me. She gave me access to my kids. She did a lot of stuff that I should have did. I was not there for my kids for, right? So I give her all the praise and the glory 100% for everything. But now, it is my turn to make sure that, they're going to be good after everything else is said and done, right? So because I wasn't there when they were younger, the things that I'm doing now, the houses that I'm buying, the money, the financial things and tools that I'm putting in place for them and the trusts and stuff, I'm doing that because I didn't do my job as a father. So I can't turn back time, but I can make sure that the life that they have left and my grandkids, that they're going to be good. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not trying, you can't make up for what you didn't do, but when you can do better, you should do better. And that's all I'm saying. I ain't looking for no praise and glory from nobody. I'm just telling y'all my story, right? I know what I did wrong. I know where I messed up at. I know what my selfish stuff was, you know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not setting this out here for anybody like, well, Joey, no. I beat myself for the last 30 or 40 years about what I did or didn't do with my kids, right? But what I'm saying is now is you got to talk about these things because other people are going through it, right? You got to fix those things. You see what I'm saying? But we did get a divorce. We did get a divorce, right? We did wind up a divorce. But divorce is tough to get through, y'all, when you're trying to make something work, right? That's I was too quick to say it and too slow to move on it. I'll take quick, all the blame on that one. Yeah, when my divorce was going through, or when it was about to happen, it probably should have happened probably a year or two prior to. But I did not want it at that time because I thought I could fix it. I thought that, I could work, get my business up quick enough and everything, would get to the place. Because my mindset was once the money get right, everything has to fall in place. I think it got to a point where her life was moving in the direction she wanted to and mine wasn't, right? And she was picking up some of my pieces, which was frustrating for her. And I get that, right? Because now I'm chasing my dream. And now you don't want to give me a kid and I'm still helping you. That's a burden that a woman has to carry, right? And so I understand her point of view, but this is where me and a woman differ from. It's through thick and thin. And thick and thin, right? I was there for you through your thick and thin, whatever that looked like. And that wasn't 1 year or 2 years, right? For that time we were together for 10 years. So the 10 years we were together, I was there regardless of what happened, right? But then those 2 to 3 years where things wasn't so great for us, and I fell off financially, right? And you was picking up a lot of slack. That became a problem, a stress level that you wanted to move forward. She wanted stuff done a certain way now because now she's in place. I'm not able to do that. I'm not able to fulfill what I need to do financially. I'm borrowing money from her, which was my wife, but I'm borrowing money from her and to take care of the things that, she looking at like, okay, well, you're doing this here, but I'm not getting what I want out of this. And it became like, I'm giving you, but I'm not happy. So now, the situation happens, right? And so that was sort of kind of, the blueprint of that, right? So as I can see, that was a blueprint for disaster at the end of the day. That was a blueprint for disaster. That was a blueprint for disaster right there. Yes, my girls are grown. My oldest daughter is 30, my youngest daughter is 21. Read my previous comment. Okay, so let me see, Georgia. I wish in a similar situation decided to have the kids. I was in a similar situation, decided to have kids and relieved my husband in his responsibilities. Okay. You know what I mean? And like I said, if anybody know who my ex is, I have love for her as, the person that I fell in love with in the beginning. What we did at the end was trash. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but, I'm not here badgering her. She did the right thing, right? So I don't ever want nobody to think I'm here trying to, get empathy about nothing because I right or wrong. We both at the end, we both messed up. Well, I messed up probably doing never cheated on my ex, never did that. But there were things I could have done better. Emotionally, I was not there. Very egotistical, hard-headed, didn't listen. When she was reaching out, I was not trying to hear it. I was a man that didn't believe in couples therapy, counseling. She tried to do those things. So there were things she was trying to do to reach me, but she didn't know how because I didn't know I needed to be reached. You gonna say that again, all right? Ain't no shame in my game, bro. I'm putting it all in the book, but she did try to reach me, right? But she couldn't reach me because I didn't know I needed to be reached. I don't even think y'all even get that phrase. That probably fell way over a lot of people's ears right now. Someone says, my ex-husband cheated on me being married for almost 8 years. Sorry to hear that. You got it, lovely? Yeah. Yeah, my ex-wife tried to reach me, right? But she couldn't reach me because I didn't know I needed to be reached. All right. So, when someone is trying, right, you put them in positions to do what they have to do for their own survival too. It ain't all about you, right? And with a personality like mine, I'm not easy to deal with once I set my mind on something. I know that. I'm hard to deal with myself because I beat myself to death when I don't get done what I say I need to get done in a certain period of time or a certain way, right? So, yeah. But then he married her, and he was married to her for almost 20 years, and then he died. My ex, she didn't remarried, right? Had a child with him, from what I understand, right? And I hope she's happy, right? It wasn't. Sometimes, what I've learned in life, this is the way I perceive it. Everything has its season, and sometimes what you thought should be in a lifetime is probably only a few seasons with you, right? So what I look back at as that experience was I was able to, have some great seasons with her. I really was. The great moments we had with her, I will always cherish, right? The things that went bad at the end, it was, I think, where she was and what she felt she had to do. I didn't like the way it was handled, but that was what it was at the end of the day. And again, I wish her the best. You know what I'm saying? I wish nothing but the best for her, right? So hope everything go well for him, right? I'd have moved on. We haven't talked since I left the divorce table, right? So, But the only reason why I tell y'all that story is because when I'm talking about this stuff, y'all, I'm talking from, I always say, man of experience. I've been through a lot of this stuff, man. I've made some huge mistakes. And a lot of mistakes, people don't talk about, they're ashamed of, or they want to, shame somebody else. I'm not shaming anybody. I take full accountability for the crap I did. That's why y'all see my hashtags, right? God's still working on me. I have work that need to be done on me. And that's why I say, a woman who want to make this ride with me and work, and we work on ourselves together. We build stuff together, and then you're about that legacy, you're about that business life, and about enjoying life and making sure, our kids, she got kids and I got kids, making sure they're going to be in a better place and leaving a better legacy. And once we're able to, secure that, we can start going into the world and leave the world as a better place, right? With whatever things we got left, because I'm not going to leave the kids everything. I do want to try to take care of some other stuff in the world if I can with my show and with my platform. If a woman's about that with me, cool. But if you're a person that's in your 50s and want to be a G-ma or a grandma to your kids and be around and, do those things with the family, I'm not your guy. So, that is what it is. I take full responsibility for my action as well. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I say, y'all. I think that's the best thing we can do as human beings is take responsibility. When it's all said and done, you look back and, that person was bad, but I wasn't that great either. Or some of y'all in a situation where y'all did nothing wrong and y'all got, y'all got handed a bag of a really bad bag, right? You just made a bad choice. Life goes on. It hurts. You got to heal. You got to figure out how to do it. And I can't tell y'all how to do it because, hell, I'm still trying to work on mine myself, right? So I'm no guru on TikTok and Facebook. I'm not here trying to tell y'all I got it all figured the hell out. Nah, I don't think I'm telling y'all what I've been through. And I think having the conversations help us make better make better decisions when we find ourselves in these situations at a later date. Thank you for the roses. I take full responsibility. Healing is the only way forward. Everybody heals differently. That's one thing I've learned. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna let y'all go. I know someone told me before, you have to forgive, and it's forgiving. If you forgive, not for them, but for you. I'm still working with that one. I get the sentiments. I understand it wholeheartedly, everything they're saying about forgiveness. And can I say I forgave? Because whenever I talk about issues that's been troubling my life, it don't bother me anymore. I think I've forgiven, right? But when they say it's for me, I think it's more so for the other person. Because even though I've forgiven some of my family members, friends or whatever, anytime I think about the situations, because people say, well, once you can think about the situation, you forgive them, you know what I'm saying? You can move on. Depending on what it is, do you ever move on, right? And depending on who did it to you. And I'm just being real, right? Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I don't cry about it. I don't put a lot of thought into it anymore. But if you're telling me that if I forgave somebody, it don't make me feel some kind of way, well, hell, I ain't forgave nobody for the most part, because I'm like, depending on if it's like my family members, yeah, I forgave them. I did. But when I think about them, or if it crossed my mind about what they did, I still feel some kind of way about that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm mad at you, I'm in a rage about it. I'd have forgave you. I said, well, I forgive you. I moved on, but I'm just being real. I hated people, the Christian folks, telling me like, well, it's for you. You got to do this, and you pray about. Man, I did all that, but still, at the end of the day, I'm human. If your mama or your daddy did something to you, or somebody close to your brother or sister did something to you, yeah, you forgive them, right? You don't put yourself in the same situation, but still, when you think about the situation, I ain't gonna lie, I still feel some kind of way. I think the best way I've learned to heal y'all is just not fool with those folks. You know what I mean? I don't put myself in a situation with those people, and you know what I'm saying? So I think that's the best way I've learned how to heal, to just move on. That's me. Like I said, I think everybody heals differently. Everybody feels about healing the way y'all feel about it. I think it's different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So the way I heal, the way I forgive, I say I forgive you. And it takes me a minute to say before I forgive you. When I say I can forgive somebody is when I'm not angry about, you know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. I know now I'm healed. When I see you, I'm not ready to choke you. You know what I mean? If you both put hands on you or say something to you, right? So I know I'm healed. But I don't want to fool with you anymore. I don't want to talk to you anymore, right? And I still feel some kind of way. So like I said, on some things, I know some folks, man, it's been years. I done forgave them. But if I see you, it's different. It's just completely different. So I don't know if that's forgiven. I don't know. I'm 53. Hell, I don't know. I'm just saying. I done heard those saying, but I'm still trying to learn on that one, y'all. Let me just say that. I'm still trying to learn some stuff on that one. I've been to church. I've heard all this stuff, and we'll see. Thank you so much for your podcast. So helpful and awesome. Thank you so much, y'all. Joe, you're right. Yep, healing for me came from when I accepted things for exactly what they are. And that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? And I've moved on, right? But I will be sitting here lying to you, to my listeners, right? That, yeah, everything is all good with me if I see them again. No, it's not. I don't want you back in my life, right? I don't want to fool with you no more. I've forgiven you, right? But, you know, I'm making different choices now. So like I said, to that forgiving thing, I would say this. I forgive my way, you forgive your way. How about that? Because the way you heal and the way I heal just may be just a tad bit different. And when I learn how to articulate my emotions a little bit better with that, I would do a podcast about it. But that's probably where I am right now. That's why God's still working on me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys. We're going to be coming live to you guys tomorrow from a location. One of my good friends, Big Daddy Barbecue, Ian Bessemer. So I don't know. A lot of times we do lives. The lives are really loud, so we don't know. But try to tune in tomorrow if you guys can listen to the show. Listen to it. If not, we'll be back in studio on Monday. All right. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, this show and the after show podcast will help you guys not be me, because I don't have an education in telling y'all how to live your life. I can only tell you through my opinions of what I think. I can talk about the taboo subjects in ways to make us think better and try to do better. My goal in my podcast or in my radio show is to leave the world in a better place, to make you think about some of the things you're doing to people as you're doing them, and make sure that you're trying to do the best for that person and not leave them hurt, right? Because sometimes we are hurt and we leave other people hurt. So I think we just need to try to be better at those things. That's all, y'all. Y'all have a great one. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. I love y'all. Good night. You're welcome. Y'all have a good night, TikTok.